You're listening to Radio Azad, and this is your host, Aisha. Gives me great pleasure today to welcome two gentlemen from Friends of Indus Hospital who have been affiliated with the GODA program. GODA is the gift of disability alleviation. With us, I have Mr. Atif Ahmed, and he is the president of the Friends of Indus Hospital Dallas chapter. And also, he's a sales rep for Stryker, who provides millions of dollars worth of implants as donation for Indus Hospital mission trip each year. And also with us, we have Dr. Khalid Yusuf. He is an orthopedic surgeon in North Dallas, and he specializes in hip and knee joint replacements, something that I think inevitably we all will need at some point. Assalamu alaikum to both of you.
Walaikum assalam.
Walaikum assalam. Thank you for having us today.
All right. So, welcome to our guests today from Friends of Indus Hospital, and they are part of the GODA program. I love the name, by the way. And tell us a little bit, Atif, how did you get involved with this program?
So I kind of fell into it back in 2018 through Dr. Umar Birney, who started the project just a couple of years before, and myself and Dr. Khalid Yusuf, we joined in 2018.
And Dr.
To
Birney
go and
has
support
become a
the
legend
project.
here, I think, in Dallas.
That's right.
Yes.
Yes.
So Alhamdulillah, we've been a part of this organization since then. We've been traveling to Pakistan on annually to do as many hip and knee replacements as possible. I actually started going as a physical therapist and then later joined bringing implants. And so, we've had, multiple companies help support this project, through Zimmer Biomet, Stryker, TJO, and United have all contributed to this project. So alhamdulillah, it's nice to see it grow over the last, 8 years.
So tell us a little bit about your job and how has your company been instrumental in the GODA mission trip every year?
So every year, obviously in order for, Khalid and the other orthopedic surgeons to do the surgery, they need implants and they need the instruments for the procedure. So my company has a grants and donations program like the other companies as well. So alhamdulillah, I requested a grant and I asked for implants and the instruments to take with us, and alhamdulillah, they approved it. And so, we've been able to collect donations from my company as well as other companies to take overseas and to have these procedures done. The implants there are very costly and they're very limited in supply. So having connections here on the US side to get these implants and instruments has been such a big help in order to complete these procedures.
How many millions of dollars are we talking about?
I think this year we probably crossed over $4 million worth of implants this year alone.
Wow.
Between my company, the other companies, as well as spine implants as well.
And it's basically knee and hip joints that we're talking about?
Yeah, so essentially these were, we did mostly hip and knee replacements, implants, spine. We had sports medicine, implants as well. So those were the main ones this year.
Okay. And just to give a little background, because we all know about Friends of Indus Hospital, Radio Azad has been supporting this effort for many years now, and they provide free of cost care to the patients, no cash counter, and this has been for the last 17 years. What's the situation in Pakistan for these patients who are waiting for these implants?
Khalid, do you want to touch on that?
Yeah, assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, alaikum salam.
So thanks for having us. I think the situation is quite dire. The hospital network, mashallah, now is up to 10 hospitals across the country of Pakistan, multiple outreach clinics, as you may know. When it comes to arthritis management, which is predominantly what we deal with as orthopedic team, it really changes your lifestyle. It's a disability when you have that situation, but it's not life-threatening. And since it's not life-threatening, and because the correction of that problem requires specialized orthopedic implants, which are costly, in a charitable health system like Indus, it is sometimes of a lesser priority. Not because anyone wishes it that way, just the nature of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
You can continue to limp, but if your heart isn't working, then it needs an immediate intervention. If you have COVID, you need an immediate intervention. If you are pregnant, you need immediate delivery. But orthopedic situations sometimes are managed with hakims. This year
Yeah.
they talked a lot about fracture care, and different pelwans will wrap fractures and types of things to help provide care.
Mm-hmm.
Not the best care, not what we do in the US, but it works
Mm.
sometimes over there. So that's the dire need. I think the wait list, because of that circumstance and that story, is sometimes in the 7 year range for hip and knee replacements.
Wow.
Their budget, which is mashallah amazing through the support of donors like the ones listening in
Mm-hmm.
Radio Azad, is a great budget, but accounts for maybe only about 100 elective hip and knee replacements a year. And
Mm.
mashallah, this year the team did 300 in the span of 7 days. So
300 in
yeah,
seven
alhamdulillah.
days. You guys work around the clock.
We don't we make time to go out and shop and enjoy the food, but with that said, we do work hard. Alhamdulillah, we're
I
lucky to
I
have a very big team and very committed team.
Absolutely. And you all volunteer your time every year to go to Pakistan and undertake all these surgeries. And if I remember correctly, at one of the presentations, you all said that you have all you ask for is a plate of biryani in the doctor's lounge, right?
That's right. That's right.
And
Jalebi
chai.
is nice too.
Chai, okay. So, did any specific stories stand out to you when you were there?
Yeah, the spine guy, right? I think this year what stood out to me, we were in Muzaffargarh, which many of you may know is a smaller city to the west of Multan. So you fly into Multan and then you go west about
Hmm.
45 minutes. There was a young gentleman that was about 28 years old, and in a span of 2 months, he lost the ability to walk. So imagine a young 28-year-old, healthy,
Hmm.
active laborer, right? And most of these uh,
Hmm.
people are mazdoor and kamdars, and they're working. And he just stopped being able to walk because he developed a severe tremor in his legs. His legs started to shake,
Hmm.
basically,
Hmm.
and that happens when your spinal cord is getting pinched behind your neck or in your neck.
Okay.
And so Dr. Haris Ilyas, who's also here in town in Dallas, a great friend of ours, mashallah, he has been coming with us for a few years. He was able to assess the patient. They had already assessed the patient in anticipation that we were coming.
Hmm.
And they did um, a, a removal of a disc herniation. And when they did that disc herniation removal operation, they took the pressure off the spinal cord. And within the 24 hours, this gentleman was back up, and the tremor stopped, and he was able to stand. Um, and what so the story in itself is remarkable, and then what's more remarkable is we were leaving our last day at the hospital. We were leaving,
Hmm.
and we actually went to the lawn to take like a photo shoot, right? Because that's always the residents and everyone, we want to take pictures with them.
Hmm.
The father recognized that this must be the US team, so
Hmm.
he came and said, "Who is the surgeon that fixed my son?" And he found Dr. Harris and gave him a big hug. And
Oh.
so, that's we're hoping that the dua of one patient or their parents or their loved ones
Hmm.
is it'll make our Jannah in this world and in the hereafter, right? And so we're after that one dua,
Hmm.
and it was very touching for me to see um, the before, the after, and then even the appreciation and sincere gratitude from the father. So that's the story that stands out the most.
Oh, that's a beautiful, beautiful, very heart touching story. For you all, you go there for 7 days and then you come back. So you don't really see the impact that your work has on people over there. But how do you think that these surgeries impact the local population?
If you want to go, or
Go for it, man.
so, alhamdulillah, we've been going for so many years now, and mashallah, and we've developed such a great relationship with the surgeons in the system
Mm-hmm,
that we are fortunate that through WhatsApp and through different technologies, we are shared at least the outcomes in general that, are good.
mm-hmm,
And God forbid if there's any complications or anything like that, we're able to guide them and help manage those patients. So there is great continuity of care, and as healthcare providers, we care about that.
mm.
What was really nice about this year, another story, I didn't get to see this, but in Lahore,
Mm-hmm,
this was our third year going to Lahore, and the patients from the years prior
mm-hmm.
came and they set up like imagine like a short walk, like it was a walk of gratitude.
Oh
So
my
they
God.
walked, these patients from the years previous came and walked the campus, and the surgeons were on one end of the campus to receive them. So these patients, the symbolic show was we are walking from one end to the other to receive the surgeons to show you that we can now walk. So that is an
Alhamdulillah.
ultimate symbolic representation of follow up and outcomes and appreciation,
Mm.
which we appreciated seeing our efforts being shown that way.
So heartening. And how long have you been doing this for the GODA team?
Yeah, Atif and I started going at the same time in 18.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
yeah.
Great. Wonderful. And Adif, can you tell us a little bit about the local involvement of the Dallas chapter for Friends of Indus Hospital?
Yeah, Alhamdulillah, our chapter has now been established for a few years, and mashallah has grown over the last few years through our supporters and Radio Azad and in your family. And so, Alhamdulillah, we're very
Thank you.
grateful to see this chapter grow.
Mm-hmm,
Obviously, our local surgeons are also, avid members and participants of our organization.
mm-hmm.
We host an annual fundraiser every year. So, inshallah, we're going to have ours May 17th. So, go ahead and mark your calendars. So
Okay.
we'd love to have our community come out and support on Saturday, May 17th, inshallah. So that is an upcoming event. Another event that we're doing for the first time this year is we're actually having to get the youth involved. We are having a Ramadan Hoops, charity basketball tournament. So we are partnering with Ramadan Hoops on March 15th. And
Mm-hmm.
inshallah, we will be the charity of focus, and we've gotten sponsors to help cover our costs. And so, inshallah, all of the donations are going to go to Friends of Indus Hospital, inshallah. So, those are two upcoming events that we can look forward to.
Okay, that is sounds marvelous, and we've circled May 17th on the calendar.
Great.
So, how can one get involved locally with the Friends of Indus Hospital?
So inshallah, I think, come out to our fundraising event. We would love to have your support. As our chapter is growing, we're going to look to do more community events, inshallah, down the road.
Mm-hmm.
But for now, go ahead and come out on May 17th, inshallah. You can support us that way. You can also go to foihus.org. You can show support there through donations, inshallah. And if you're in the medical field and would like to be involved in GODA, you can touch base with myself or Dr. Yusuf or Dr. Umar Berni. And inshallah, we can start to look at growing our group.
Absolutely. Phenomenal work that you all are doing. Really want to congratulate you on that, and may Allah Ta'ala bless you in your efforts. All of you who are listening, you can donate to Friends of Indus Hospital at foihus.org, and you can donate your zakat or sadaqah, or you can call them at 201 357 5549. Dr. Khalid Yusuf and Atif, thank you so much for being with us today on Radio Azad.
Thank
Thank
you for
you.
having us. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.